kids are given what they're given. So it's our job as these wraparound services, as the youth development organizations of the world, to say, yeah, you can't do anything about what was handed to you, but here's how we're going to help you empower yourself, advocate for yourself, have that voice, make the right choice for you.
Welcome to the Good Stuff by Brightsided, news without the gloom from the Capital Region and beyond.
Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region CEO, Ashli Fragomeni is here.
That's it.
Ashli with an I.
That's right.
Yes.
Spicy.
There's so many different ways, and
Yes.
This is your way.
This is my way.
Thank you for being here. I think your organization is so awesome.
Agreed.
And I'm also super honored that you're one of the sponsors of this podcast.
Yeah, we're so excited. This is exciting for us too.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've talked about Girls Inc.
Yeah.
But I would love for the audience to get to know a little bit more about you, how you got involved,
Yeah.
and how they can maybe get involved or get their children involved.
Right. So Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region has been around for years and years, since 1937. Originally the Girls Club of Albany and the Girls Club of Schenectady, serving girls in multiple capacities. But what's interesting to me about the evolution of the organization is it used to be things like etiquette classes, right? And yeah, things like that. So
Like, are we crossing our legs correctly?
like how to sit at a dining table. We were doing a reno of one of the rooms and we found a book about how to be a good wife. Literally. So now that room that we found that book in is actually a tech room. And I love that.
How to be a good coder.
Yeah, how to be a good coder. So the evolution of the organization has been really neat. And what we have found over time is that really we're just trying to provide opportunities and experiences so that girls can become the leader they want to be, whatever that means to them. How I got involved is through youth development work. So my entire career has been spent in youth development. I have loved watching kids discover themselves, discover their passions, fail and try again. I've loved being able to be a part of a kid's story, basically. So I worked for the YMCA in the Troy and Albany area. I've worked for the YMCAs up in the North Country, Glens Falls, and then right here in Saratoga. And I was kind of looking for what that next step in my career was. I loved my time with the Y, but it had been, a long time. So I was like, what else could I do? And they were hiring for an executive director at Girls Inc. I said, let me throw my name in the hat. And kind of the rest is history. So I've been there since 2020. It's been almost 6 years. And I have loved every second of the challenge, of the success, of the growth, of the team, of the girls. I've loved every second.
Yeah. So is your title executive director?
No, CEO.
Yeah.
So my
it's
board,
changed.
my board made a really cool choice to change my title from executive director to CEO once we had experienced a lot of growth. And quite frankly, I had spoken to a couple other female CEOs in the area who said, if you were a man, your title would probably be CEO. So you should ask. And my board was like, of course we want to honor the work that you do with that title change. So yeah. They voted on it like that week.
Was this the same week you were hired?
No, this was like years after.
Okay.
I didn't become CEO until 2024.
Yeah.
2024.
Did things change for you mentally when you went from executive director to CEO after the board voted on it?
Mentally, I think yes. I think I've definitely felt a little bit more of a sense of responsibility because it is different. And actually, I was having lunch with somebody a couple weeks prior to the official change, and I shared with him that this was happening. It was a man who works in finance, and he said to me,
6'5" blue eyes?
just
checking. Okay.
He said to me, I don't really see the difference between executive director and CEO. And I said, that's so interesting to me that you say that since you have the amazing title you have in a corner office with nobody else near you. How can you say that you don't see the difference? You don't see the difference because you've never had to fight for the difference. You haven't had to ask for the difference. It's come easier to you, naturally to you. There's a difference, And I definitely felt when I started showing up places as the CEO instead of the executive director, it definitely had a little bit more, punch, I think at the end of the day, people respect me as a person. I feel like I'm a good person. So I don't think that people looked at me different in that way. But I think on paper and, title on Zoom in my Zoom box and things like that, it is different.
Well, I find it interesting because I do think titles matter.
I do.
And it's like almost the story that we tell ourselves. Like when I first started my business, I'm like, I can't call myself a CEO. Like that feels wrong because I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Like I am making this up from scratch.
Yeah.
I wrote like founder, owner, and I still like describe myself as like podcast producer, journalist. Like I couldn't claim it even though it was my own business that I was building. I almost felt like you need permission sometimes. I've had a hard time with the CEO thing.
Yeah, I do wonder maybe if I would have felt differently if I didn't have a board that believed in me as much as they do. I completely understand what you're saying there. I also think for me, and I hope that this has happened for you too, is when you end up having that title, it also makes people notice your business a little bit more. People that were like, oh, we need to get the CEO of Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region here. That's different. I mean, it's not so different, but it's just different enough that it packs a little bit more punch kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like for me, there was a difference when I like all of a sudden realized that my business was working.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think like my first client that I earned and like sent me like a big check,
Right.
I was like,
This is real.
what?
Yeah.
Is happening
Right.
right now.
Yeah.
Because it was like the client believed in me, but the client only believed in me because I believed that I could do what I was telling them. So
Right.
it like,
It is a cycle.
yeah, it is
And
a little
it
bit
does
of
start with you. Like,
Yes.
know?
It took like 2 years for me to like feel comfortable with it.
I think I don't know that I ever felt like uncomfortable. Now, to me, looking back, it's kind of funny that it hasn't always been my title because it feels so natural. Again, because of the work that we do and how we've expanded and grown. Like we're not even close to the same organization we were 6 years ago. And we were a great organization then, and we're doing even more and even more places now. So to me, it's just like a natural progression. And now the work is in getting all of my leadership team the titles, that make sense for what we're doing too.
Yeah.
So we're working on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Youth development.
Let's do it.
This is your passion.
Love it.
How would you explain youth development? And you guys work with a wide range of young women from 5 years old to
18.
Yeah.
And even a little bit beyond because we are doing a lot more work with our alumni now. But yeah, youth development to me is everything from how you speak to a child when they're having a good day to how you speak to them when they're having a bad day. It's opportunities you provide because of the organization you work for and the partnerships you have. It's cheering a kid on. It's providing a meal sometimes. It can be literally anything that ends up making a child's day, week, month, year, or life better.
Yeah.
It's really, really broad. And I think that's what I love about it because sometimes for me, it's just talking to a kid and asking them how their day was. And I know that that child needed that in that moment. And sometimes it's, yes, I have a student that can serve as a keynote speaker and I want to give this student the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So it can be anything, literally. I used to say when I was younger, like just getting started working in youth sports, I want to be the coach that, ties a kid's shoe and they know they can trust me to do that. And they're not going to have to tie their shoe for the rest of the game kind of thing, and it's so silly to think about it in such a small term. But now as the CEO of a youth serving organization and I work part-time still at the YMCA as a youth basketball ref, I take both of those jobs incredibly serious for various reasons. But there are moments when I'm reffing youth basketball that I remember that passion piece of it. Because as the CEO of Girls Inc., I don't get to interface with the girls every single day, right? We have program teams that do that. A lot of my work is being in the community, being the face of the organization, fundraising, really good stuff that makes the world go round. So sometimes when I get to go to the Y and throw on a Y t-shirt, grab my whistle and get on the court with the kids, and a kid doesn't know that you can only dribble with one hand and not two, and I get to have that coaching moment with them, that's kind of that aha, like, this is why I do what I do. Like, I love that, it's really fun for me.
Yeah. Something I love about your organization, and I feel like it's something you so deeply believe in, is like when you believe in someone else.
Yes.
Like it gives them so much more
Yeah.
than you even realize.
Right. We believe every girl has potential. So in order to showcase that for them and provide them the space to figure out what that potential is, we have to make sure we have partners, opportunities, experiences, internships, all age appropriate depending on where they're at, what stage of life they're at, to make sure that by the time they get to an age where they have to make a big decision. So whether that's what do I want to major in? Where do I want to go to school? Do I want to go into the trades? Do I want to be an entrepreneur? Whatever the case may be, that they feel like Girls Inc. was invested in that decision-making opportunity by giving them all the runway to figure it out while they had the safety net of us, while they had the safety net of their community, their family, their friends, all the things. Now they're at a life stage where they're going to make a big decision. They feel empowered. They've got all the data and all the experience to be able to do it, and they make a good decision for them.
Freaking cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
You know something that we love here at The Good Stuff? It is a leadership development program. And not just any leadership development program, a leadership development program specifically for girls. That's why I am so proud to share that Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region is one of the sponsors of The Good Stuff. Girls Inc. of the Greater Capital Region started in 1937. And since then, they have been empowering girls to reach their full potential, providing mentorship and life-changing opportunities for girls in Albany, Schenectady, Troy, especially girls that face real barriers like bias, trauma, and girls who have limited access to opportunity. From STEM-focused after-school programs to college and career pathways like the Eureka program, Girls Inc. is preparing girls not just to succeed, but to lead. And here's something we love. 83 cents of every dollar goes directly to programming, creating impact where it matters most. Because when girls rise, communities rise. To learn more, to support their mission, or to get involved, head to girlsinccapitalregion.org. That's girlsinccapitalregion.org. Could you talk to me through like the different things that you find that your team and your program leaders have to focus on as you are helping these young girls and then young women as they develop?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting when we talk about youth serving organizations because we all provide wraparound services, which means that the kids are in school all day. So for us, we're getting them after school. So we're not just dealing with, a bad night's sleep. We're dealing with potentially a bad night's sleep on top of a not so great grade on a test, on top of so-and-so said something about me at lunch. And then they had the bus ride, which as we know, like bus rides are just not fun. I don't think at any age, so then it's like all of this stuff. And then they get to Girls Inc. And we are there to welcome them in and kind of maybe turn a kid's day around or maybe just keep the trajectory going if it's been a good day. But we have to figure that out like in a split second when they walk through the door.
How do you do that?
It's really about communication. It's the way we welcome the kids. It's the way we greet them. It's the way it's everything from like where they put their backpack to what activity are they walking into. Some kids need something a little bit more quiet when they walk in. Some kids are like, yeah, get me to the gym and let me run it out. That is important. So we have that moment of that maybe 5 to 10 minutes when they first get in the building of figuring out where everyone is on the map and then, moving through the day from there. Now, the nice thing about our after-school programming is that we do have curriculum-based programming. So there is structure to it. So even though there's that 5 to 10 minute kind of let's figure out where everyone is at, there's also modules and curriculums based on what we're teaching the girls at their age-appropriate curricula level, right? So we have everything from healthy mind and body to STEM, advocacy and leadership, community leadership, financial literacy, regular literacy, like all of these, media literacy. So all of these different modules that they're also learning, which becomes a delicate balance because they've already been in school all day and now we're going to teach them too. So that like 5 to 10 minute period of figuring out where everyone's at is incredibly important. It will change the way that we deliver a program. So sometimes it's getting a kid into the building, getting them fed a snack, making sure they don't need any big homework help, and then tying their running sneakers on and getting them ready to go with their coach, and making sure that that child feels good about going into that program, right? Some days a girl is like, I don't want to. And we're not there to force them to. We're there to figure out why they don't want to. Yeah. How can we help you either change your mind or what else can we do with you? But really, it's about empowering the girls to have a voice and a choice. Yeah, mic drop.
Empowering girls to have a voice and a choice.
Yeah.
When you start your podcast, maybe that's the title.
Voice and a choice.
Voice and a choice. Because one of the things I feel like is very good for confidence building is just speaking up for yourself.
Yep.
And it's so hard sometimes, especially when you're at those ages where you're constantly like wondering, is this what society wants?
Yeah.
Am I fitting into where I should be? Like, it's just this confusing part of your life.
It's so confusing. And some kids don't get that in their household, right? Some girls are a middle child of 5 kids. Some are the youngest of 3. Mom works 2 jobs. Dad works 2 jobs. Like being raised by grandma, like kids are given what they're given. So it's our job as these wraparound services, as the youth development organizations of the world, to say, yeah, you can't do anything about what was handed to you, but here's how we're going to help you empower yourself, advocate for yourself, have that voice, make the right choice for you. Because eventually you're going to get to a point where you don't have to be in this situation anymore. And not every situation is bad, but I think even the kids that have the most supportive households, the most opportunities afforded to them, sometimes that can be difficult too, because you're just doing things that you think you should do. You know, you're not going against the grain. Not every cycle is a bad cycle, but sometimes kids, young adults, they want to break the cycle and they don't know how. So the wraparound services and the youth development piece of this in the communities is important because they have to feel like they can break the cycle, good or bad, if that's what's right for them.
Yeah. Ashli, I feel like we could open up a whole other door to talk about cycle breaking.
Yeah.
But let's put a pin in it. Next time you're here.
Yeah.
If you're the one who comes back. Because there's going to be other people, women, maybe even.
Oh, I have a student in mind that I would love for you to interview.
Students who are going to come in here. We're going to learn more about Girls Inc. together through the next year. I'm excited. And now it's time for this week's Student Doing Good Stuff. So, Matthew, do you know why you came here today?
I think so.
Well, I heard that you have gotten really good at chess.
Yeah.
So can you tell me, how did that happen and what are you doing? Are you in a tournament?
Yes, I'm just playing to have fun and just develop my brain. Like,
how did you learn so early? Because how old are you?
8. First, I just started playing with my dad a lot, and I started playing on a chess app. I got really good over time. It only took like a whole year for me to get like really good. Now I'm just ready to do a tournament.
And is the tournament coming up soon?
Yes.
When is it, Mom? It's next weekend. So you're preparing right now. How many other people will you play against?
I do 3 games each day on the weekends. I usually start out with like somebody around my age, and when I win and I go against like people older than me, I feel like last year I played against like some people in like 11 or 12. We were able to get pretty old to do it.
I struggle. I'm one of those adults who struggles at chess. So if we were to play, you might beat me.
Yeah.
You look excited about that.
Yeah, I normally beat Mom too.
What is your, like, how do you know the moves? And do you have a favorite player?
Not really. My favorite piece on the board is the rooks because they were really good at helping you in the end game because it helps you like take all the pawns so the other team doesn't get a pawn to the other side and get a queen.
So if there's anyone out there who might want to learn how to play chess, like any other kids your age, and they might be intimidated or maybe their moms or dads don't know how to play very well, what would you suggest that they do?
Ask to have like chess app because there is a chess app where you can play chess games. Once I was playing against somebody on the chess app and I got like 5 queens. And I easily beat them because they were the worst person on the chess app.
And how does it feel to like win a game?
It feels good to win a game, and it still feels good to have a tie. Because when you have a tie, it's kind of both people winning.
What happens if you lose a game?
In a tournament, if you lose a game, nothing really happens. You just move on to your next game. If you win all 6 games, you might have to play into a different round. And if you win all those games, I feel like there's like more rounds if you win every single game.
Wow.
And I'm not sure how many rounds there are, but I'm just like excited for this.
For this coming weekend?
Yes.
Do you think that you might win?
Yeah, I'll probably win most of the games.
So you're a confident young man?
Yeah, I've been playing for 2 years. A lot of people are in the chess competition. Like probably over 100, or because a lot of people are there.
Are they all from Saratoga?
No.
Where do they come from?
They come from New York. Most of them come from New York City. Not many of them come from Saratoga.
How does it make you feel to be a chess player?
The feeling of the game, you feel excited if you think you've made a right move and something good is going to happen in the future. You think if you make like an awesome move that the other person wasn't expecting, you feel like, oh, I'm going to win. This is fun. You're going to have like an exciting feeling, like a happy feeling.
So when you go to school, even on days that you're not playing chess, are there lessons that you learn in chess that like help you maybe be more confident in school?
Yeah, like when I think ahead in chess, it helps my brain and makes me more confident to do more things.
Yeah. Did you ever feel scared to do anything new?
I felt like a little excited and a little scared to do my first chess tournament, and it turned out to be very fun, even though I'm in like a giant room with like no adults.
Would you want to tell anybody if there was a kid watching at home and maybe they're scared to try something new? Was there anything you would want to say to them?
Just try something new. And like my brother, he was once scared to go on a water slide, and then when he tried it, he was like, I'm gonna go on this a million more times.
So just like that.
Try something new, and you might like it so much you're gonna start wanting to play it a lot.
Well, will you let me know how you do at the chess tournament next weekend?
Yeah.
What happens if you win?
I think you get like a trophy or something.
But do you do it to win?
Not really. I just do it to have fun and for the exciting feeling. I'm Matthew Nernger, and this is The Good Stuff.
That was good. High five, buddy.
Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to listen to The Good Stuff.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. You did a great job. And now, back to the show. If there are people who want to get involved or even have their kids be a part of Girls Inc., is there any place here in Saratoga that hosts workshops, or is it in Troy, Schenectady?
Yes.
Albany?
We serve girls after school programming as
Yeah.
K-5. That's in Albany, Schenectady, and Troy right now.
Okay.
We're actually in Poughkeepsie also, so we've expanded down south a little bit. And then we have our Ignite program for 6th and 7th graders, which is a call to action to kind of bridge the gap between that 5th grade year and that 8th grade year. So we're developing that curriculum right now in the Capital Region, but we're developing it for the whole country of Girls Inc. affiliates, which is really, really neat. And then our Eureka program, which is right now the best place if a Saratoga student wanted to get involved, would be our Eureka program. So that program starts the summer before 8th grade. We can take students up to the summer before 9th grade. It starts in the summer on the UAlbany campus. It's a 4-week intensive summer camp where they do the fun stuff like field trips and swimming and all that, but they're also in the classrooms with professors learning about STEM-based curricula. So there's they test DNA, they do like the science behind choreography and dance. Like it's really, really neat. So they do that for 4 weeks, and then that component turns into internships in 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, which is really, really cool that we help facilitate for the girls so they can try all the things before they have to make a decision. And then year-round, the Eureka program has a mentorship component, so they're matched up with a mentor. And then there's 2 to 3 experiential activities every month through Girls Inc. And all of this, I do have to say, every single thing we offer, including our summer camp, is free. We don't charge for any programs.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So if someone wants to get involved,
Yes.
the best way to get involved would be to catch our website, girlsincapitalregion.org. It's a very new website, and it has all of our information, staffing, depending on what age group you want to work with or how you want to work with them. The person to contact is listed there. You can always call us. You can call me. My info is on the website too. We're always looking for mentors, volunteers, people that want to join our board, people that want to help us fundraise and move the mission forward. And of course, we're always looking for ways to expand the programming. So getting the program into more places is incredibly important to us. Right now, we've also done some day programming in Mechanicville, Hudson Falls, Glens Falls. So
yeah,
we're moving it. We're moving the needle.
That's awesome. I could imagine there might be some people listening right now who are like, hey, I could be a mentor.
Yes.
Or like we could use an intern. Like,
the internships are huge. That's a big need because we have over 100 girls in that program that need an internship. So it's really amazing to be able to have people come to us and say, I'll take an intern, a high school intern. The mentorship component, I do just want to mention because the misconception is that you have to have some kind of big career job and be able to tell the kids, this is how you get to be this thing, right? This person. That is not true. Like, we love people that are just passionate about something. So if you're passionate about yoga and you want to mentor somebody, cool. Come mentor all of them about the importance of self-care, yoga, movement, all the things. It's incredibly important. We need mentors that are passionate about everything. I operate in a phase of yes. If you want to try it.
I can say that. She does.
If you want to try it, I want to provide it for the girls because you literally never know what's going to resonate with a girl. You have to put everything in front of them so that they can try it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to have to get a cute running outfit.
Yes.
One of these days. Maybe we could go like on a shopping trip to Cross Gates.
Yeah.
Get the girls
shopping?
involved.
Yeah, running and shopping. Okay. We're just out here trying to do the thing.
Yeah. Thanks for being here.
Amazing. Thank you for having me.
Let's go keep doing the thing. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.